I'm back with this. I have to use utensils now because I got my nails done on Monday, and they're Gel X like tips, and they're like way longer than I've ever gotten them done. I used to like get acrylics sometimes, and I feel like those are stronger, but they also, I feel like they look like blobs on my nails, whereas the Gel X tips like look like actual nails, but they're like much longer than I'm used to. And so opening, it's anyway, week 5. Hang on, bless. Should have been prepared. Week 5 reflection. Today has been a really good week, albeit a little bit busy, but it's been really good as far as like socializing and really seeing like synchronicities like fall into place. For my friend Cass's 21st birthday, we went to this one bar and they were doing like a jazz like jam session, and it was really cool, and I was like, my dinner's ready. I was like, this is so cool. Like, I wanna join. Can I join? Like, I don't know how to play any instruments or whatever, but it was so cool. The vibe was immaculate. Everyone there was so chill. Like, we're going back next week because it was that fun. But yeah, I was like, okay, things are falling into place. I was like, this is like the type of environment I want to surround myself in, like jazz music, chill people. But yeah, there were some other synchronicities that like fell into place, and I was like, oh, I get it. Okay. But yeah, there were, hang on, the assignments really reminded me of like manifestation. There was like, it was like a good balance, but that's gonna keep going off. It's probably gonna irritate me, but it's fine. I'd say it was a good balance between like shadow work and manifestation, and I feel like this might be a shorter video this week because I don't know, I felt really good. I was doing a lot of like digging and everything. One of the things that really like caught my attention was everything okay? Yeah. Okay. He paused to show. Are you sure? Okay, just checking. Clippy and nosy. I'm kidding. One of the things that, what was I saying? One of the things that caught my attention was the self-destructive part. And, you know, I never really thought of myself as self-destructive, but after reading like her like explanation on self-destructive behavior, I was like, oh, maybe I am caught in a self-destructive pattern of being virtuous and, you know, worrying about how I am being perceived and like all of that. I was watching Dochi's video, and she is so confident, and I really admire her confidence in that she's like, no, like, I'm not gonna dial myself down to fit other people's like version of what they think is good. And I really admire that, and I aspire because I wish I could relate, and eventually I know I will relate, but it's a work in progress. What are some other things that I was like, ooh? yeah, this week was, I definitely feel more like, I feel like I'm moving more forward now. One thing that I did like take note of is that I probably should, like, for the last like 4 weeks, I've been like wanting to see, uh, sorry if that's annoying. No, I'm not sorry. This is my video, and I'm not sorry. um, the last 4 weeks, I've been wanting to see like more movement, more progress, like immediate results, and I feel like I'm that way with a lot of things. Whereas this week, I was like, okay, no, like you're seeing movement. You've been doing this for 5 weeks. You know, you're actually dedicated. Like for a lot of things, I'm not as like dedicated or committed. Um, I feel like, and I don't know, I feel like I give up easily on more things than I was, anyway, all of that to say is like, I've been telling myself, it's been 5 weeks. It's been over a month. You're seeing movement now. So it just takes time. You need to slow down, you know, results aren't going to happen overnight. Some may, but the majority of them is going to take time. So that's the main thing that I kept having to tell myself. Week 6, I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. Week 6 is about recovering a sense of abundance. Julia, when I catch you, Julia, yeah, well, I'm gonna come back next week and update you. It's gonna be interesting. Anyway, that's all I got. I will see you next week. And I'm gonna eat my dinner. Love you.